Hello everybody, welcome back to my shitty corner of the internet. I hope your guys' days have been amazing. I'm going to put it on screen right now if you want to skip past all the backstory that this has, which is very little, but here you go anyways. So 2 days ago, technically 3, which is whenever the video is going to be coming out, the Talentless Writer, he's a animator that does basically the same thing that Bruce does, just animates his life stories and, you know, sometimes things that he finds funny, complains about shit. He gets a lot of inspiration from Bruce, I can tell, and if he tells you that he doesn't, then I think he's lying. So yeah, 2 days ago, he made a video on his channel that basically ranked a bunch of cereals from S to F tier. Basically did what Schlatt and a bunch of other people have done. But his is special because he's a cereal connoisseur. Or at least I thought he was. From this point forward, I do not consider him a cereal connoisseur because he said that Cocoa Krispies, right, Cocoa Krispies and Cocoa Pebbles are on 2 different planes. Really? Really? He said it's like shit in a bowl. They're the same fucking cereal. They are the same exact cereal. Same with Frosted Flakes and Corn Flakes. One's just fucking frosted. They're the same cereal. That's like putting Honey Nut Cheerios and just Cheerios into 2 different categories. They're the same cereal. One just tastes a little bit sweeter than the other. But essentially, I'm here to basically make the best cereal tier list because he told me to. He told me that I have 48 hours to make him a cereal tier list. So now I'm sitting here at 11:30 at night making a fucking cereal tier list because I'm busy tomorrow. But you know what? It's all for you, Talentless, and your stupid opinions on cereal. But without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into the cereal tier list. Okay, so I'm going to do this a bit different from all the other people. Essentially what I'm going to do is make the entire tier list and then go down by each letter and tell you each reasoning for each cereal, why I think it deserves to be there instead of just going down a line. It's going to be a lot more cost efficient because I'm fucking tired and I want to go to bed. Okay, so starting with S. The first one is Reese's Puffs. I mean, do I really even need any explanation to why it's there? It's a good cereal that's based off of Reese's, which is a great candy. They have their own fucking song. They have their own song, man. Who the fuck makes a song about cereal? Reese's Puffs does, that's who. And second up in S tier, we have Cocoa Pebbles and Cocoa Krispies. No matter what Talentless says, these are the same exact cereal. I do not care what anyone says. They look the same, they taste the same, they even make the milk color the exact same whenever you put milk over them. They are the exact same cereal and no one is gonna be able to change my mind. They're in S tier, of course, because you know, they're fucking smack, dude. You get some of these in 3rd grade. Either or, get some of them in 3rd grade, good ass shit. The rest of your day is gonna be good. Same with Reese's Puffs, Cheerios, and fucking Frosted Mini Wheats. They're all amazing. But right now, the Cocoa is fire. Any kind of chocolate is good, except for Cocoa Puffs. I do agree that Cocoa Puffs are just a little fucking stupid. It's weird because like it has the alrightness of the chocolate. But then you just get that fucking like Cap'n Crunch. I'm gonna fucking tear your mouth apart like it's my own personal hellhole. So I don't know, it just doesn't sit up there right with me. But next up in S tier is Honey Nut Cheerios because you can't go wrong with Honey Nut Cheerios. They're a classic. If someone says to name any cereal in the world and you ask like a majority of people, most people are going to say Honey Nut Cheerios because it's impossible to not know what Honey Nut Cheerios are. They're just little honey delights. That's what I'm going to say. Little honey delights. Honey Nut Cheerios are great. I mean, you can always do better with like, you know, Reese's Puffs or Frosted Mini Wheats. But you know, if you're just having a bad day, you come home, you want some Honey Nut Cheerios. You want some Honey Nut Cheerios. That little bit of sweetness, it just makes the milk taste good. It's fucking good. It's Honey Nut Cheerios. You can't go wrong with Honey Nut Cheerios. Okay, and last but certainly not least in my S tier is Frosted Mini Wheats. Because Frosted Mini Wheats are just great. Honestly, I don't know who I would be in life without Frosted Mini Wheats. It's got frosting all over it, and you know, sometimes you'll get those ones that have like 3 of them, just the massive sticks of frosted mini wheats, and there's just frosting all over it, or you'll get one that has so much frosting, and that just makes your day so much better. Such a great way to start off the day, or a great way to end the day. Think about that, just eating cereal at 12 o'clock at night, and you get that nice thick frosted mini wheats, and it just makes whatever kind of experience that you're having at that exact moment 10 times better. Oh, fuck. I fell asleep, not feeling rejuvenized at all, but I do got this Coke right here, so. Oh, that's flat. Oh, that's actually fucking disgusting. Oh, fuck. You know what else tastes like flat Coke? Fucking Honey Bunches of Oats, but that's for later. Ugh. That was not worth the bit. First up in A tier, we have Cookie Crisp. It's an all-around good cereal, except, you know, sometimes it can be bad whenever all of the little, like, chocolate pieces have fallen off the cookies, and then you just have, like, a fuck ton of little chocolate crunchies at the bottom of your bowl of cereal, and then you just have a bunch of chocolate chipless cookies floating at the top. I don't know. That's not really my favorite, but if they didn't do that, so like they put more glue on they shit, then yeah, it would probably be an S tier, but for now it's an A tier. Okay, next up we have Captain Crunch. It is an absolutely immaculate cereal. It tastes amazing. The only downside to eating Captain Crunch is that it feels like you're fucking eating razor blades. That shit is literally going to kill your mouth. If you've never seen a samurai movie, all you need to do is eat some Captain Crunch, and then you're going to realize just how much pain these guys that are getting chopped up are going through. This shit hurts so bad, especially if you're eating a warhead like 20 minutes later, which I did. That shit is not something that you want to do. I almost knocked myself out because of how many cuts were on the top of my fucking mouth. Do not eat Captain Crunch and then go and eat a warhead. Please. Okay, now up next we have Cheerios and Frosted Cheerios. These aren't the Honey Nut Cheerios, so that's why I put them one more down, but it's really easy to make them taste good. It just takes a little bit more effort. You gotta put some, you know, sugar on top. And Frosted Cheerios, they're also there because they basically taste like you already put the sugar on top, and it tastes a little bit less than the honey. You know, there's a different taste from honey and sugar on top, but it's still not bad by any means. It's just not, you know, it just doesn't have that magic of the S tier. Last but not least, for the A tier, we have Frosted Krispies. These are so good, but sometimes you get these big ass clumps of them and you're not expecting it, and then you bite down and it does the same thing that Captain Crunch does, and I don't know, that just doesn't hit me right. It's not giving me that S tier vibe, you know what I'm saying? But 10 out of 10, do recommend. Just make sure that you're paying attention at 8 o'clock in the morning whenever you just woke up. Yeah, because that's going to happen. Starting off B tier, we have Oreo O's. Those were a little bit out of my time because, you know, I got to a certain age in middle school where I decided I wanted to sleep instead of eat. So I didn't really eat breakfast for that long, but I do remember that those came out and they were pretty alright, but, you know, they're nothing special. They're just Oreo O's. They taste like an Oreo in the morning, so, you know, of course they're going to be good. Second in B tier is Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Now, I know I might get some slack for this, but honestly, Cinnamon Toast Crunch is really good, and I would put it up in A tier, maybe even S tier. If there's this one time that I didn't bite into a massive cinnamon clump and then coughed my fucking lungs out for the next 2 days. It only happened once, and I don't think that it's ever going to happen again, but that just like permanently tainted my view on Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Because it's like doing the cinnamon challenge, but it's 7 o'clock in the morning, bro. You're not supposed to be doing a cinnamon challenge at 7 o'clock in the fucking morning. Next up, we have Captain Crunch berries, and they are literally just up here because they have regular Captain Crunch in them. Like, berries are not that special. You're going to see how low berries actually are in my list, but it has a little bit of Captain Crunch in there. So, you know, whenever you got it, you know, you'd be like, okay, sure, I'll eat it. Nothing special, just Captain Crunch. And last but not least in my B tier is Rice Krispies, because once again, you can't go wrong with Rice Krispies. There's nothing special to them, but, you know, put some sugar in there. Same with like Chex Mix, you put some sugar in there. You know, it just makes it taste better. It's just Rice Krispies, you know, nothing special. They're good. They're alright. They're Rice Krispies. Okay, now let's see how many of you made it to this point in the video. If you made it to this point in the video, comment your favorite cereal and don't make it Honey Bunches of Oats, okay? Okay, C tier is the last one that I'm going to be doing, just like all of the other ones that I did. Anything past that is literally horseshit, and I would never eat it. It ranges from D, where maybe I'd eat it if I was starving like an Ethiopian child, all the way down to F tier, where I wouldn't eat that shit if it was the last thing and I was sinking on the Titanic. Like, that is how bad some of these cereals can get. And yes, Raisin Bran is in fucking F tier. First up in C tier, we have Cocoa Puffs, because Cocoa Puffs are just an average cereal. They're not amazing, they're not great, they're not dog shit, they're just Cocoa Puffs. Cocoa Puffs, you eat them, you drink the milk afterwards. The milk's kind of alright, but you'd much rather just go and get some Hershey's chocolate syrup and put it over some milk, right? It's just, you know, they're Cocoa Puffs. Okay, the two next up are Kix and Pops, because they're literally the same exact cereal, and anyone that thinks different, you must have some kind of brain tumor growing out the side of your face. Maybe check that out. That doesn't look like an ear. They're the same cereal. They taste the same. They look the same. They're the same cereal. Okay, next up you have Count Chocula. You know, it's just a seasonal thing, just like Boo Berry. It's basically the same thing as Cocoa Puffs, just in different shapes. They do the same exact thing. They're not much different. I think Count Chocula is alright. It's better because, you know, it actually has some story behind it. Cocoa Puffs is just a fucking maniac bird that's bouncing around, fucking shooting people in the face and shit. But it's Count Chocula. It's basically Cocoa Puffs. It's alright. Next up, we got Fruit Loops. I'm not a big fan of the fruity cereal. That's why the berries are even lower. But, you know, they're Fruit Loops. They're alright. You know, they taste like fruit. A lot of the C's are just basically alright. There's nothing special to them. I don't have a story behind them. I mean, I guess it's good that they have the extra safety precaution of having like a little hole in the middle just in case your dumbass 3-year-old wants to swallow them whole. But, you know, they're Fruit Loops. They're alright. And last but not least, you have Frosted Flakes, because it's never your first pick, it's never your last pick. You know, your mom asks you what you want from the supermarket. You're not going to choose Frosted Flakes. You'd much rather have something like Reese's Pieces or Cheerios or even Count Chocula if you're one of those kids. You're never going to say Frosted Flakes. But, you know, if it's in the pantry, then sure, why not? Let's go ahead and have some Frosted Flakes. Here's the rest of the tier list if you really care what I think about it. Basically, Honey Bunches of Oats does not deserve to be how high it was on his list. I do not give a shit. Honey Bunches of Oats, solid D. It's not good. It's just Honey Bunches of Oats. I wouldn't eat that unless I was literally a starving Ethiopian child. Honeycombs, gross. Jacks, they're alright. They're not horrible. I maybe could have put them in C tier, but they really bridge the gap. Fucking, those are Cinnamon Toast Crunch knockoff. You got the berries, the Fruity Pebbles, the fucking chocolate Cheerios. Who makes chocolate Cheerios? Tricks, fucking gross. They're just a knockoff of fucking Cocoa Puffs, but they're not even Cocoa Puffs. They're fucking berry Cocoa Puffs. That's gross. Cornflakes, O's, if I'm being honest, I don't even know what that is. Wheaties, not that good. Raisin Bran, dog shit. Fucking French Toast Crunch, nasty. Craves, I ate 2 boxes of that once and threw up my guts, nasty. Both the Special K's, gross as fuck. Grainberry, dude, I'm not fucking 60. The fucking Peanut Captain Crunch, nasty. Eggos, I've never tried that. If I'm being honest, I've never tried that. I just put it there because fucking Eggo cereal sounds stupid as hell. Apple Cheerios, gross. Oatmeal Squares, do I have to even say any more? And Quisp, I don't know what the fuck that is. People are just like putting in shitty cereals for no reason. There's so many better cereals that you could have put in here, and I bet you my S and A list would have been fucking massive if you would have put actual good cereals. But no, they said let's put in Quisp. What the fuck is Quisp? Okay, Talentless, at the end of the day, I do talk a bunch of shit, but that's what I do. I'm a commentary YouTuber, so you can't really blame me there. But, thanks for giving me the time of your day, bro. You're fucking dope. I really love your videos, and I'm gonna keep watching them. I don't care if you have dog shit tasting cereal, and even at that, most of those cereals, I do agree with on the same base, but Honey Bunches of Oats, bro, come on, man. Come on, man. You gotta come to terms with yourself. It's the nostalgia factor. You gotta let taste be rule. That might be a little counterintuitive with my Cinnamon Toast Crunch, but I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. It's still up there. You put Honey Bunches of Oats way too high. But seriously, keep up the good work. I'm expecting to see great things out of you one day. For all the rest of you, if you watched all the way to the end of the video and you aren't subscribed, feel free to subscribe. I make commentary videos. Not exactly this, but, you know, sort of this. And if you aren't new here and you watched all the way to the end of the video, I love each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for supporting me. I hope you guys have had an amazing day, evening, night, whenever y'all are watching this. And I'll say hello to you guys in the next video. Peace out.